This is what the pattern looks like. This is for a 2-line. Okay, so there's 2 separate alphabets and they're both different sizes. So obviously the 2-line, the alphabet, the letters are bigger. So you've got your depending on, because I don't know whether your top line or your bottom line is where you're going to need it, you've got both with a cut line in the middle. And I will explain, obviously I'll show you, you do have to cut the pages with this, the way we do this, but it's only a small cut. And the 3-line is exactly the same, except you've got 3 and the alphabet's slightly smaller.
And you said there's no measuring?
There's no measuring at all with my patterns, no. Because you're working from a physical pattern, all we're going to do is slide it inside the book, and that is your start and finish mark for your fold. So you haven't, I've measured it for you. You don't have to physically do the measuring.
So it's even simpler.
It's honestly, you won't believe how easy it is.
Well, I can't wait to get cracking. And I know many of you are on the phones right now for the main bundle, which is all 5 volumes. Volume 1 through to 5. Remember, you do get the letters of the alphabet on volume 2, I think it is.
Yes.
But that's just for a single line. So basically...
Yeah, that's a bigger alphabet, so obviously you can't have that over 2 lines because it's too big.
Sure. But now, with volume 5, you can do it over 2 lines or even over 3 lines in one book. So that could be someone's name, it could be a nickname, it could be a birth date, whatever it might be, a special birthday. You know, someone's 21st, you could put their name and then 21st at the bottom.
It can also be a business. You know, if you've got a shop, you can have, you know, or do it for businesses as an angel policy.
Since I've been doing book folding, which has only been about a month or maybe 6 weeks, I've been looking at how much people are selling folded books for on certain websites. They can go off up to £40
Oh, they can,
each.
absolutely. And especially when you're doing words, it goes that the price to determine how many words it is,
exactly.
apparently.
Well, now, you can put all of your family's names into book folding, nicknames, whatever you want to do, you can do it, and wonderful images as well. We're getting very busy for this now. Remember, this is the way to get all 5 volumes and save the most money. It's only £53.99 if you're in the Crate and Craft Club, and I've got people in the office doing it now as well. My boss Jo, she's doing it. People in the lunch break. You go up to the office in the lunch break. People are there book folding. It's fantastic.
Well, that's it. It's easy. You know, it's not something that you have to really, you know, use a lot of brain cells for. It's simple, especially like this.
I find it a really good way of filling my time because I spend a lot of time waiting to go on air in between shows, so I can go and do some book folding in my room.
Absolutely.
When I'm at the hotel twiddling my thumbs watching TV, I can do my book folding there as well. So it's brilliant. Should we have a little round of the PC first? Yes, it is cheap. I pay about 50p a book. I go to my local doctor's surgery, and they actually sell books to raise money for the surgery. And there's loads of hardback books there, 50p each. Bargain.
Brilliant, isn't it? And you know, if you're getting them from the charity shops, you're giving it to charity as well.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Hello. Okay, so my CDs work on PC and Mac because they're PDF based.
Right.
Okay, so you pop it in the drawer and it says double click to start the program, and this comes up. So it's a click through menu. You click on enter and it takes you to the main menu. So you've got instructions, your patterns, you've got a gallery, which shows you a few pictures on how you can actually, you know, make them look great with all your flowers and everything. You've got the help files as well, which no one ever reads, but they are there. So please, if you have a problem, look in the help files. You'll probably find the answer. Okay, so if I go to your patterns.
Right.
On here, right, we've got an embedded video in the center here in your pattern section, because I'll go through it in a minute. On this one, obviously you are deciding what you're writing, so I can't work out for you where you're going to start. So I've come up with a foolproof way on a sheet of doing it, and that video goes through it for you. So again, that's just another little extra to make it clearer.
So each letter or each symbol tells you how many pages it needs?
Yes, yeah.
So then you put them all together, add up the number, and that's the number of pages you need
but
in a book.
There's a little bit more to it than that, because you've got it over more than one line.
Right.
You want the words to be central.
Yes.
So you've got to work out one word. I mean, I'll show you in a minute anyway. So I just wanted to show you that's where that video is. It's in the patterns. So if we click on two-liner, so if you just want to write, you know, two lines, then these are the patterns you'll go for. They're all there, and you just choose which one and print it off. Okay. Choose which, obviously you'll know what word you're going to write. And the same with the 3-liner, exactly the same, but you've got it over 3 lines with your cut lines.
So these letters will be slightly smaller on
Yes,
the 3-liner.
yes, that's right. I mean, don't forget, you can use it as a 1-line. You don't have to do it over 3 lines. So especially with the 3-line, you've got one right in the centre there. The words will be littler, but sometimes that looks really nice. You know, you don't have to have great big letters on a page. And with my patterns, you can physically see what it is you're doing.
Yes.
Whereas other ways of doing it, you've just got a sheet of numbers. But here you can see what you're doing. So that makes a lot of difference when it comes, you know, especially if you've never done it before.
Right.
Okay, so we'll come out of there. And this is the word calculator sheet, which I'll be showing you a minute, is in the centre there. This is what you're going to need to work out how you're going to place your words.
Right, okay.
And that'll be my first demo. Okay, so if I go back into the instructions, like I said, they're step by step.
So it tells you what you need?
Yeah, it tells you what you need. It goes through, although you've got a video showing you how to work it out, you've also got it in, you know, pictures.
I'm just thinking you could take commissions. You know,
Of course you can, yeah.
When people know what you do and when people see what it looks like, there'll be a queue of people wanting to have. I mean, my mum, for example, I did one for my mum and dad. They love it. It's in their home right now. Next thing she says, well, what about your dad's sister? She'd love one of those for Christmas. Before you know it, you've got about 10 people wanting.
I remember years ago when I used to sew, I used to teach people to sew. If you've got a sewing machine, everybody will say to you, oh, can you make this for me? This is the same thing. Yeah. As soon as they find out you do it,
and it's so much fun to do as well. Yes. And the sense of satisfaction you get when you stand back and look at your book. It takes me about an evening to do one, to be honest.
Yeah.
A few hours.
And what I love about them as well is you can leave them naked, as I call it, where you just fold the thing and that's it. But, you know, we've all got, with our card making, we've got all these lovely embellishments.
And ribbons.
You can go to town with them, you know, decorating the front of your books, decorating the inside.
And for someone that's getting married, they'll keep that beautiful for the rest of their days. That will be in the lounge, in a display cabinet somewhere forever.
Absolutely. So, you know, like I say, there's so much. See, that's naked. I am actually going to be decorating that one up for you later. But
now, I know lots of you have already got volumes 1, 2, 3 and 4 because we offered those as a bundle last time. So if you're just wanting volume 5, nearly 30% of the entire stock of volume 5 has gone in the first 10 minutes.
Whoops.
So that's heading towards a sellout, I would imagine. So if that's what you want, if that's the one that will complete your collection, volume 5, brand new, you can now do 2 lines or even 3 lines on one book. Upper and lower case, all the numbers, and you've also got these decorative designs there as well, like the butterflies. You've got a diamond shape, you've got a dash, you've got an exclamation mark, a love heart, and the word for and as well. Is there the abbreviation for that? Well, so that's volume 5.
All those little bits, although they don't look much, they make so much difference, especially if you know, you've got something like a long word, a short word, and another long word. Yep. It's nice just to bulk out the centre with a little butterfly or you know, a diamond or whatever. Yeah,
just
they all add to it.
Now, if you want the bundle of all 5, that's also proving very, very popular. That's the way you save the most money as well, because they are $15.99 each. If you buy them together, you only pay $59.99 for all 5 of them. And there's 182 different patterns on all 5 of these CDs. $79.95 should be the price. It's 24% off, down to $59.99 and $53.99 if you're in the Create and Craft Club, or 2 flexes of £27. Volume 1 is where it all began, of course, and you've got, on volume 1, for example, you've got the word home, love, dancers, yin and yang, elephant, jazz hands as well, a horse and a rider, butterflies.
Number 1 was aimed at beginners because I wanted to start at the beginning. Yeah. So all the patterns on there are nice, simple.
There's the elephant.
The elephant is gorgeous, isn't it?
With the trunk up.
Yeah.
For good luck.
With little hearts coming out of his trunk. You know, the likes of the heart and the likes of the butterfly. Nice, simple designs to get you going, to get you used to it. So that's volume 1 has got, you know, nice, easy ones.
Now, volume 2, just to talk you through what's on each of them. Volume 2 here has got the letters of the alphabet, uppercase and lowercase. So you can see on the front there, the name Charlie's been immortalised in book folding just there. So you can make any name up that you wish, work out how many pages you need. Volume 3 is this one here, which has got a fantastic, You've got on here, for example, dolphin, footballer, champagne glasses, a guitar, love knot. You've got words including mum, nan, dad, son, wife and baby. Special birthdays from 16 through to 100 as well.
And those are a bit different. They're actually inverted, which is this one in the centre with the cellophane on.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's that one over there.
That one.
The cellophane over there.
Oh, that one with the cellophane over there.
I'm sorry, I was being clever thinking it was there and it's not.
This one.
Yeah, so rather than the letter sticking out, it goes in.
Oh, right.
And you get that from 16 up to 100.
Fantastic.
So it's they're different, you know.
Now, volume 4 is all about Christmas. You've got Rudolph, your favourite, carol singers, hands with a cross, a penguin, a poinsettia, ho, 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 snow, peace. I've done a Christmas one for my mum and dad, Christmas tree, basically, because they don't go for the decorations anymore at Christmas. They can't get up in the loft and they're not really bothered about it. So I thought, great, have a folded Christmas tree book, and that's what they've got. And then volume 5, the brand new one, allows you to, again, write any name, nickname, phrase, any word at all, every letter of the alphabet, A through to Z, and upper and lower case, and all the numbers that you need as well. But this you can do on 2 lines, you can do 1 line, or you can do it on 3 lines if you wish to. Okay, should we get going?
Okay, yeah, I want to show you how we start, okay?
Right.
Because you're deciding what you're going to write. I'm going to show you over 2 lines because the video and the instructions are actually over 3 lines, so I'll show you over 2 lines.
Right.
Okay, so I've decided I want to write one love. Okay, so you print out these sheets. You've got one for 2 lines and one for 3 lines.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So on the top line, I'm going to write 1, and then love on the bottom. Now, if you check out all your patterns, they've all got numbers. Now, the numbers are small, but unfortunately, they have to fit each line, so there's not a lot I can do about that. The only time you need to look at the number is to find number 1 to find out where you start, and the last number to write down how many numbers there are in a letter.
Right.
So all you do is check it out.
So those numbers tell you how many folds you need.
That's how many folds, yeah, exactly. So I know that the O is 50. So all we're going to do is write all these down. You probably need a calculator. It makes it easy. I've got to confess, I am the world's worst at adding up. I'm terrible with maths. That's why I've done a colour-coded thing for you. So even though you're adding up, if you've got a calculator, you don't even have to think about it. Just write the numbers down.
Now, over 10% of the main bundle has gone now as well before we've even demoed it. So that tells you that you need 50 sheets to make the letter O.
The O, okay, 35, 37. So we're going to add those up to find out how many we need to do the whole word.
Right.
And that's 122, okay? So again, with the love, we've got 39, 33, 35, 37. Equals 144.
Right.
Now, like I explained, you only need your book to be as big as the longest word, okay? So we've got 144 folds in love, which is the longest word. So if you look down here, it says for you, longest word, write down 144. Now, to find out how many numbered pages in our book, because of course there's 2 numbers on each page, we need to times that by 2. Okay, so we've got 288, and that 288 equals the numbered pages required in our book. So if we have a look in our book, we know that this book is actually 360, so there's plenty.
Okay.
Okay, always go for a book with quite a lot more than you actually need, because I'll show you later, I prefer to fold the end pages, the beginning and the end. That makes it, especially with words, it really makes it stand out. So don't think, oh, you know, I need a book with exactly that amount and rip them all out. Don't do that. It looks better if you...
As long as you've got more than you need,
as long as you've got more. Okay, so we know we've got enough. So we know, now it says on the next line, numbered pages in our book, which was, I've forgotten already, 360.
Yeah.
Okay. Minus, see it's colour coded, you've got pink, we've got minus the numbered pages that we're going to need, which is 288. Okay, so you're just copying the pink, whatever's in that pink box, you're copying it.
Yep.
And that equals 72. So that means there's going to be, when you've done your word, there's going to be 72 pages left over in your book. Now you want that to be central. So rather than start it at the middle and have 72 left over, you want it each side. So you're just going to divide that by 2,
Right.
and that's 36. So we're going to start at page 36 in our book.
Excellent. So it's
You
going to
know,
be dead
it's-
centre now.
I mean, all this that I'm saying, if people might think, oh my goodness, I can't do it. But honestly,
No, it makes
because
sense.
it's colour-coded and it says it for you, you know, you don't have to think about it, just use a calculator. Okay, so page 36, we will find, and what I do is I have a piece of paper, there you go. I write down the letter that it's going to be, and I put it there, and I know that's where we're going to start.
Okay,
Okay.
yep.
So the next one is we need to know where to start our O for 1. So we're going to take our second longest word, which is 122 pages,
Yep.
minus our longest word, which is 144. Oh, sorry, I put that the wrong way around. Sorry, it should have been the pink and the pink. So it's 144 minus 122.
Yep.
Sorry. And that equals 22. I'm going to divide that by 2 because, again, we want to be equal each side, and that's 11. So where we start our L, we're going to count another 11 pages, and that's where we start.
So
the
then
L.
the 1 will be centrally
it'll
above
be
the love.
central.
Get
Okay.
it? Yeah.
So we're just going to go
And don't forget there are full
1,
instructions
2,
that come
3,
with it. So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's where you start your O. Okay,
Got
so
it.
that's it. You know, you may look and think, oh my goodness, but honestly, it's simple. And because I don't know what you're writing, that's the only way I can do it.
it becomes second
for you.
nature
It
after
will,
you've done it
once
a
you've
couple of
done it.
times. Yeah.
Watch the video and you know, read the instructions. It'll be easy. It is easy. So just very quickly, when I wrote Mr. and Mrs., just to give you another one, it was 98 for the Mr., 57 for the and, because this is over 3, and 149. So again, your longest word is Mrs. this time. 149 times 2 is 298. The amount of pages in the book was 432. So you know we're going to start at page 67.
Yeah.
And again, with your other words, you just work out the same way.
All makes sense.
It
And once
does.
you've done it once,
Yeah.
it's like second nature then.
Absolutely. So
So we know where we're going to start.
we know where we're going to start,
Now,
right?
I don't know how these diagrams work. So
Right, okay. I'll just get one that I haven't chopped off the top. When you print your pattern, you'll see there's a red line across the top. Now this has to line up with the top of your book. So you're going to cut that off to the red line. Now with a lot of patterns you have to have a certain size book. With mine you don't, although these are made for a 24 centimetre book, which it says at the top. If your page is bigger or smaller, you can still use the pattern, just centralise it and cut it where the top of the book is.
Right.
Okay, so you can still, you know, don't think, oh, I've got to only have, if you've got a bigger book, that's fine. You can add on or take away, as long as your pattern fits in. And because you can see your pattern, you know it's going to fit because it's 2 size.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to start with we always start with our longest word. Let's get my thing back. Keep this with you so you know you can cross off each letter as you go along. Okay, so we're going to start at page 37 or 36. Get an elastic band. I have like these nice long ones.
they do help as well,
It does,
actually. Yeah.
absolutely. Keeps everything out the way.
Yep.
All right. So one of my, Stephen from my book folding group suggested today that if you print it out on a piece of card rather than paper, because you have to line it up to the top of the book, and each time you turn your page, you need to feel that that's lined up.
Right.
That is the most important thing, getting the top of the pattern lined up. If you print it onto card rather than paper, it's a bit stiffer and you
Okay.
can feel it. I thought, thank you, Stephen, that's
Good
a
idea,
brilliant
yeah.
idea, really brilliant. So you pop it in, take a few pages, sort of 5 or 6 pages, and put it behind. And we start at number 1. Line it with the top of the page, and you've got 2 marks there. Get your pencil. So number 1, beginning and end of your line, cross it off.
Right.
Turn your page. Now, because we've got it behind a couple of pages, you don't have to move your pattern again. Turn your page
So
down
now,
to number 2.
Now there's no measuring.
No measuring. cross it off.
Right.
Now, mark you've got a cut line there as well. Mark that as well. I forgot to do it on that page. You actually only need to mark it every few pages because we'll be cutting it more than one page at a time. Okay, so...
Then you look for number 3.
Yeah. Do you know what I've done already, though? What I need to do is put a big cross at the L that we're actually working on, which is the bottom one. So, you know, there's the first mistake that you'll probably make. Put a cross, because obviously we've got 2 lines. My love is on the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Not
right.
on the
I've got
top.
you. Yep,
Okay, so we'll do that again. They are making mistakes that you're going to make, so you'll know. All right, so again, start again, number 1
So
at
if you
the
wanted
bottom.
the word love at the top, you'd have
Yes, it would be at the top.
Yeah.
I'm just going to scribble that so I know not to fold that. So number 1, turn the page. So you can imagine how much quicker this is.
This is a lot quicker, yeah.
It is.
Because I usually use a ruler.
Yeah.
So this is a much quicker way of doing it.
Yeah. As long as I keep my finger at the top there, so every time I slide it into the next number, I know that it's still in line, because if you don't line that up, your marks are going to be, they are going to be out. That is very, very important. So we'll slide it into number 3. We'll mark the cut line and mark number 3, top, bottom, cross it off. Make sure you cross it off so you know you've done it.
You know where you are, because if the phone goes or something like that, you can get a bit lost.
Number 4.
Yep.
So it's just the beginning and the end of the line. That's all you're marking. Cross it off, slide it in.
Now, if you're going to go for the set of 5, 20% of a big stock has gone. Also very busy for volume 5 on its own as well, which is the brand new one. But if I were you, if you know that you're going to love doing this, and believe me, once you start, you will adore it and you'll love the results you get from it. Go for my multi-buy. You save the most money, and then you've got 182 patterns which you can crack on and make. Think about giving these as really thoughtful special gifts at Christmas time, or for a special occasion like a wedding or a birthday or a special anniversary or whatever. The people receiving them will absolutely love them, and they'll be cherished keepsakes for life. They will.
So all you do is carry on doing that. Now, with these patterns, because we're going to have to cut the page, don't cut until you've marked both the top and the bottom, otherwise it becomes really awkward. Okay. Now obviously we've got a few before the next letter starts, we're going to have some blank pages, aren't we? So what I do is I don't like to take any pages out of the book if possible. So I've marked off a few now. Normally I would go to the end of the L before I do anything. But this one we're going to just show you, I'm just going to show you how to cut it, okay? So you've got that cut line there. I've got a little offcut of a cutting mat which I put in. And that just means that you're not cutting more pages than you actually need. So you've got the little line there. And we're not cutting the whole lot, we're literally only cutting half of the page. So just straight line, cut across, okay?
Right, yeah.
And that's it. So now you've got a cut in there. So when you come to fold, the folding's exactly the same as it has been on all the other patterns and the type that you use. It's a 90-degree fold. So we get our
I'm going to be using your CDs from now on
as
well.
Yes.
I mean, both ways are great. And
They are,
I've done some designs from books and so on, which are fantastic.
Yeah.
But this way of doing it is even easier, I think.
Well, it is easier. It takes all the guesswork out of it for you. So now, okay, so I've got that bottom fold. There's nothing on this first part because the O doesn't start till you get a bit further in.
Yeah,
what I like to do is get my ruler, and I decide on I don't know why, but I go for 11 centimetres. Doesn't matter though, you can have it wherever you want. You can fold it in half if you want. And I just get the page, and I've taken a couple there. I'm going to just make a mark all at once. Just get my bone folder on that mark, fold it over, and just fold it in half out the way. Okay, so then we're going to fold our page and tuck it under. And
you'll get into such a rhythm with it
as
well.
You will.
I mean, I do, on average, one a night.
Yes, because they are quick, you know.
And I did my very first one in between shows. I was doing a night shift, and I was doing like 7 o'clock. I was off at 8 o'clock for an hour, so I'd go and do a few more pages. And by the end of the evening, I'd done it. Yeah. And it was great.
So there you go. There's your second fold. 90 degrees. You're just going to your marks. If you've never seen this done before, your ruler is going to the top, underneath the top mark and above the bottom mark, and you're folding the page at 90 degrees. Then again, I'm just going to fold that over and take it out the way.
So I love the fact now that you can have 2 lines, which is what we're doing at the moment, but also you can have 3 lines.
Yeah,
Just print off whatever's
absolutely.
appropriate, whatever pattern's appropriate. Before you know it, you'll have that fantastic phrase, that wonderful saying, a specially spelt name, for example, or a nickname, or a number,
Yeah.
someone's special birthday.
I mean, I've also, somebody asked me to put a hyphen in because, you know, like Anne-Marie, or and to get that little hyphen, you don't see it very often. So
That's in there as well.
You know, yeah, that's in there as well. I try to, you know, put whatever people ask. You know, if there's anything you particularly think that, oh, I've never seen done before, can you do it? Email me. And, you know, you never know.
We've actually done a couple of books as a Christmas gift for friends of ours who've recently just moved into their own home. First time they've actually owned their own home. They're incredibly house proud and they're real family people. So we've done Joy and Peace for them, and they're going to love it. They're going to
absolutely. And like I was saying to you earlier, you know, we forget, because we're in the craft world, that, you know, we've seen this before. If some people have never seen the like of it and they can't imagine how you've done it, you know.
This is great, and I've got to say hello to Nicola from Bolton, who says, "Hi Sarah, Dave and all the crafting gang. I had a lovely pleasure of meeting Sarah at the weekend at the craft fair, and she's just as friendly and lovely as on the TV. I was very happy to be able to purchase the Volume 5 CD, so I already started my first 3-liner book for my mum and dad's 49th wedding anniversary. Keep up the good work and take care." Nicola, lovely to hear from you. Thank you for that. We're getting lots of emails in for you. Jan Martin says, "Hi Sir Dave, the wonderful Sarah." The wonderful Sarah and the smashing crew. Been sat waiting in anticipation for Sarah's wonderful show. I have all Sarah's CDs, and of course this latest one has just been added to my collection. Well, it would be rude not to. I have to say Sarah's CDs are super value and the patterns are so easy to follow. I'd recommend anyone to try this fun and very addictive hobby. Coffee made, let the demos begin, she says.
Jan's designs are unbelievable. The My Designs, her
interpretation.
yes, absolutely fabulous.
Miriam Bennett is in Ipswich. She says, "Morning Sarah, Dave and the Tuesday crew. I noticed that Sarah was on today with her most recent CD of book folding, and as I already have all the other 4, I just have to have the new one. As I'm at work today, I ordered mine before I left home, and then set the magic box to record so I can watch when I get home tonight. I love book folding. It's so relaxing, and the sense of achievement when it's finished is amazing." I agree with you totally. I've been asked so many times how you do this. It looks so complicated. Gifts of a folded book are received with gasps of amazement and appreciation.
Keep it to yourself. Keep them guessing.
Keep it a secret, yeah. It's our little secret. She says, "I've attached a photo of a book I folded that sits on my desk. My customers love looking at it." Oh, wow.
Oh, brilliant.
Sale. Yeah, you work at a marina, don't you?
Excellent.
Absolutely.
That's
Brilliant.
great. See, that's a great thing. You can write whatever you want with these.
She says, "If anyone is looking for a new hobby, take up book folding using Sarah's CDs. They're so easy to follow, you won't regret it." Thanks again, Sarah, for bringing us this wonderful
You're
pastime.
welcome. Thank
you, Miriam.
you.
And yeah, looks good. I bet lots of people comment on that sale book.
It does, absolutely.
When you're at work.
Yeah, so that's fab. So there
it
you
really
go.
can't
You
be
just
any simpler.
Yeah, it can't be any simpler. And with the 3-line, it's exactly the same, except you've got 2 cuts instead of 1.
Now, lovely Sarah's here, Peerless Designs. We're talking my passion at the moment, hobby-wise, is book folding. I've not actually used these CDs until today. I hadn't worked with Sarah for a long, long time, so I've been doing it the other way. But this seems to be so much simpler, just using the template, using the graph, print it off.
Yeah.
And remember, if you do go for the 5 CD-ROMs, you're actually going to get in total 182 different patterns, and the latest one, Volume 5, remember, has got every letter of the alphabet, uppercase and lowercase, and numbers, and images, as you can see, like butterflies and dashes and dots, and the abbreviation for "and," love hearts as well. So that means now you can actually create either a 2-line design or even possibly a 3-line design as well. Print off what you want to do. Now, 30% of this bundle has gone. Very busy for it. And the item, the Volume 5 on its own as well, that's going to probably sell out fairly soon. If you want that, please order it sooner rather than later. Nearly limited stock for Volume 5.
Oh,
if
gosh.
that goes, then the only way you'll be able to get it is in the bundle. So get on the phones or on the website as quickly as you can.
Okay, I've been a bit clever with this one because I wanted to combine, show you can actually combine pictures, you know, the designs that are on the CD that are images with the words. So I haven't finished it yet. This is going to say always and forever.
Oh, wow.
And it's got the wedding couple here. Now, this wedding couple is available on Volume 3 in a heart, but I wanted it to be more simple, so I've put a free pattern on the web. There are various free patterns for you to get started on the website. So there's a free pattern for the couple just on their own.
Yeah.
And as you can see, this is going to say always and forever.
Brilliant.
Which, you know, once you get into it, you'll want to, you know, combine things and combine other pictures. As long as you've got a book with enough pages, obviously you can do that.
What I did as well, because obviously the actual title of the book wasn't really appropriate or anything like that. So what I tended to do, I got some old gilding flakes.
Yeah.
And put some adhesive on the spine, and then just decorated the spine with that.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It covers up the title.
That's
and the,
right.
And the book.
So, I mean, and I've shown you how to do the two. The three is exactly the same. You mark it, cut twice this time, and then all you're going to do is go along on your marks just on the three ones, and just do exactly the same, but over 3 instead of 2, or instead of 1 even. So. They are obviously, you're going to on the 3, the folds are going to be smaller, so they're a little bit more fiddly, but it's worth the end result.
The finished result
is
great,
so worth it, absolutely. But this is as hard as it gets, you know. You just as long as you get your marking done. So I mean, some people like to mark the whole book before they start folding. I tend to be a bit more impatient. I'll do a letter. Obviously, you'll need to make sure you've got all the letters for the whole page before you cut it.
I don't cut them fold, or I don't mark them fold. I do probably about 20 pages at once. Yeah. And then I fold those 20 together. And then you can keep
checking then to make sure that
it's looking good.
It's looking okay. You know, you haven't got something in the wrong
And like you said
way.
on the email, the sense of satisfaction and achievement when you start to see that letter take shape or that image take shape is fantastic.
So you've just got the 3 then. So that's obviously your 3 line. You move it to the side, and then you'll end up with the words in over 3 lines instead of 2.
Now, hello to Jackie and Bethany, who are in Manchester. They say, hello to everyone at Create and Craft. I have all of Sarah's book folding CD-ROMs, and each one is fantastic. Aww. My daughter Bethany, who's 13, loves book folding, and she found the way Sarah shows us how to do it so easy to follow. Also, the patterns are easy to follow as well. Please find enclosed a photo of a book that Bethany folded for her art teacher.
Oh, that's fab.
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Very nice.
You could do one for us.
Yes,
you could do the and craft as well, couldn't you?
I've got Create and Craft in separate books, yeah.
She says, thank you, Sarah, for all your hard work you put into these CD-ROMs. Love Jackie and Bethany. That's fantastic.
Thank you
for that.
both of you. That's fab.
Yeah, and do please take photographs of your work.
Yes,
and, you know, even if you're giving them away or selling them, keep photographs and, you know, just to remind yourself of how beautiful they look. Denise in Hampshire says, afternoon all, my mum bought me the first 4 volumes last time it was on for my birthday. My birthday isn't until Sunday, and I can't wait to get started. Sarah's way looks so much easier than the other way I've seen. I couldn't cope with measuring, don't think my eyes would either. So thank you, Sarah, for doing all the hard work for us. Dave, when do we get to see your work? Oh, well, I've actually got photographs.
Yeah,
I put them on Facebook. Yeah, I put them on Facebook there. Dave Bradford on Create and Craft. If you find me on Facebook, you'll be able to see them there. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you, Denise. Absolutely,
thanks,
you
Denise.
too. Finally, for now, this is from Mandy Coxon. Says, hi, all of my first double book folding I must get the 5 CDs. So she got the first 4. She wants to get CD 5, and Mandy's in, what does that say? Lincolnshire, I think. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, get volume 5. It's brand new. It's about to sell out, probably. I think it's nearly limited stock if you want volume 5. If you want the multi-buy, where you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's where you save the most money. You're getting them for £59.99, or if you're in the Create and Craft Club, £53.99, and 2 flexes of just £27.
Even if you've only got one of the CDs, that multi-buy is you're getting one free anyway, aren't you? So you could give the one that you've already got as a present to somebody.
And do remember, you can have so much fun when you've actually folded the book. You can then decorate it in all sorts of different ways.
You can. I'm going to show you now how to decorate your books up, because obviously you've got a cut line that, you know, okay, it doesn't look too bad as long as you, that's what I wanted to say to you. When you're cutting your pages, don't cut more than 10 at the very most at a time, because if you've ever tried to cut a straight line on individual pages, it goes off.
Right.
So you want that line to look really neat. Okay, we are going to cover it up, so if you do make a mistake, it's not that, you know, crucial, but it looks better. I love the fact that you've actually added a little bit of ink to the edges. Yeah, I'm going to show you that now. Now, there's various ways. I've used gilding wax. I should have got this ready first. Right. Yes, I've used gilding wax. I use a lot of distress ink. Yep. But somebody suggested, I think it was Jan actually who emailed in before, she uses the pens.
Spectrum
okay,
Noirs.
so I've got Spectrum Noirs here, and all we're going to do is just with the chisel end, if you can find it, that end, yeah. With the chisel end, yeah, if you just squash, just trying to make sure everyone can see, squash your things together, and we're just going to very gently rub over just the raised area. And this is actually quite a good way of doing it, because you've got so many more colours, you know, and you can sort of add darker colours in as well if you wanted to.
And also you could add things like some holly, if it's a Christmas scene that you're doing or something like that. Loads of ways, and ribbon, of course, to hold the book together.
Yeah. I mean, flowers and everything just looks so nice.
Baubles.
Baubles, yeah. So we can, as I say, you can go along and quite quickly, really, just ink your edges.
How did you get into this?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm an artist and a designer, and when my son was getting married, I was looking for something to make them, really, that was a bit different. And I'd seen it on the internet and various places, and I always wanted to know how to do it. So I had a look, but you know me, I like to mix things up again. And I thought, okay, that's okay the way they're doing it, but how can I do it that's going to make it foolproof for everybody? So I ended up really sort of looking into it and trying to work out how I could design patterns
and
for everyone, because I wanted, it was such a brilliant hobby, I wanted to bring it to everybody.
Well, I've got bad news. If you wanted volume 5, that now has completely sold out. So many congratulations if you got it. Sold out completely. The only way you can get volume 5 now is to buy the bundle. I know lots of you have already got volumes 1 to 4. Well, maybe you're thinking about giving them as gifts to other people to do. Or maybe you're thinking about setting up a little cottage industry. Take commissions from friends at work or neighbours down the street or whatever. It's great fun for you to do. You can raise a little bit of money doing it as well. As I say, I've seen book folded commissions go for £40 a book on certain websites.
It is,
so
it's crazy.
whether you charge that or not, or whether you just do it for love, is entirely up to you. But yeah, get all 5 of these. You'll have 182 different patterns if you go for volume 1 through to volume 5. It is on FlexiPay as well, so it makes it easier to spread the cost. £27 today, plus the P&P of £2.99, and you will then have every single one of these patterns, all 182 of them. Would you suggest someone does something from volume 1 to start off with the first project?
Yeah, because, I mean, okay, each of the volumes has got completely different things on it, but volume 1 was aimed at beginners.
Right.
So if you've never done anything like this before, even if you just want to get used to my patterns, because, you know, it is a different way of doing it. And, you know, although it's very, very easy, some people might not, you know, get on with it. So try volume 1, because the patterns in there, the books you need aren't massive.
No.
You know, they don't have masses of folds, so they're nice, easy patterns.
Well, I go shopping for books based on the number of pages. That's what I look for. Every time I go into the doctor's surgery or I go into a charity shop, I'm there with a list of all the numbers that I need, or the quantity of pages I need.
With the normal patterns, they look like this, okay? So you have the picture. At the bottom, it gives you, it says 134 folds. You will need at least 268 numbered pages in the book. So that's the number, the 268 is what you're going to go to the bookstore and say, right, okay, it's got more than that. As long as it's got more, you're fine.
Brilliant. And yeah, all the books that I found were in really good condition. They were second-hand, obviously, 50p a time, do them a bit for charity too, so it's a win-win.
I wanted to just quickly show you know where I was folding the page back before?
Yeah.
This is why, because if you look there, there's a flat area at the side of your word. Now, if you don't have that, your word tends to squash into the side of the book. That just makes it stand out. If I tip it forward like that, see how you can see there's a little ledge there. That just makes your word pop out much better than tearing all those pages out. Just fold them back about a quarter of the way, and it does make a big difference.
It is incredibly therapeutic, I find it. So anyway, rather than, you know, sitting there twiddling your thumbs, watching TV of an evening like I tended to do, I now fill my time by book folding and getting fantastic gifts for people that really do go down very well. Maybe it's a housewarming gift you're looking to give someone, someone's got engaged, someone's having their first child, it's a special milestone birthday or anything like that. All of these CDs will allow you to personalise these books and also personalise them with letters, names, and also now numbers as well.
That's right.
There you go.
Now, unless it's a particular book with a poignant title, most of the time we cover the titles up. Okay, so
you could spend a bit of time hunting for books that are
Yes.
related to
Yeah.
the theme or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. So because says books are magic, I thought I'll have some real bling on this
Absolutely.
book. So we're going to just pop this on. Normally I'd use just a normal glue stick, but this is actually quite plasticky.
Right.
So I'm going to use this extra strong tape for this one.
And it's your decision whether you
Yeah.
decorate it, whether you leave it
That's
plain.
right, yeah. But don't forget, you've got all this. All this, all your embellishments, you've got them all for your card making anyway. So that's a great thing. You can either leave it quite simple or you can go to town.
I know, Sarah, you covered yours with Spectrum wires, the front of the book there.
Yeah.
I use gilding wax, like the gold gilding wax. That looked incredible.
That looks brilliant.
Really lovely.
You see, I also spray my pages with gold spray paint before you fold it.
Right.
If you just squash your book together, go outside with normal spray paint for the house and just spray it with either silver, gold or whatever. That's good as well.
Fantastic.
There's so many
Do
things.
that before you fold it?
Before you fold it, yes, yeah. And, somebody said, oh, well, could you paint the edges? Well, not really, because you don't want it to stick the pages together.
No.
So if you use spray paint, obviously it's fine, but once you've sprayed it, just fan the pages, and it should, because it dries so quickly, doesn't it, spray paint?
Absolutely.
And it should be fine.
So this is just holographic card.
It's just some holographic card with our...
And of course, that super sticky tape we showed you
Trusty,
at
yeah.
the beginning of the show is perfect to use with this
It is.
because it's really strong.
So I've just got some paper here as well. Where's my glue stick? These are normal.
So remember, Volume 5 is the new one. That's sold out completely on its own, so congratulations if you're able to get it. But we do still have the bumper bundle, which is everything, Volume 1 through to Volume 5, 182 designs, every letter of the alphabet. And the new one, remember, is in there as well, and that's allowing you to do 2 lines or even 3 lines at a time, which is brilliant. I didn't know you could do that.
It's limitless, isn't it, really? That's not going to stick to that plastic, is it? Never mind.
Like
anyway, you can use your dies. You could put, die cut words to the person or whatever. So, but we want to actually cover these lines up as well. So we're going to use some embellishments for that. Some nice flowers and bits and pieces. Because it does make a difference, if you just cover, you can use your die cuts and all sorts of things. So we'll just place them. Using a glue gun, a hot glue gun, you'd just place those on there and get some flowers and bits and pieces.
If we just look around the front of us here and over in the middle of the studio here as well, you'll see all the different ways that you have decorated the books and all those embellishments. Flowers on the top of that one look as well. You can decorate the inside cover if you choose or leave it plain. There's all sorts you can do. There's the yoga one there. That's brilliant.
Yes, isn't it great? If you've got like a health club or something that you go to, they'll all want those.
Now, half the stock of the multi-buy has gone very busy. So if you watch a repeat show later on, it's every possibility it's going to sell out again, which it always seems to do. But you remember, that's the only way you can get Volume 5 to order the multi-buy today. And there it's been beautifully decorated with fir cones.
That's my favourite one. I love that one.
Right, now let's have a little look at all these fantastic folded books. You could go to a charity shop, do your bit for charity, buy the books, maybe 50p a pound on average, that's what they seem to go for. Make sure they're in good condition and then fold away. Remember, if you go for the Peerless Designs CD-ROMs today, the multi-buy, you'll get all 5 volumes with 182 different images. Now you can personalise. You've got the CD-ROM that gives you the alphabet letters for just 1 line, but you've now got Volume 5 that allows you to actually have 2 lines or possibly even 3 if you want that as well. But all of these books that you can see here, you could be making. It doesn't require any skill as such, just basically a little bit of time and a bit of patience. But it's something that it spurs you on. You want to finish it because you see the shape or you see the letter starting to appear and you just don't want to put it down. You want to just get through it. And I tend to do one in an evening. That's basically what I've been finding. So, yeah. What about going for maybe making your Rudolph or the Noel? We've got the Christmas CDs, of course, as well. That's in the bundle. That's in Volume 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But it's so much fun, and whoever receives these will be in absolute awe of them. I'm sure they will. Well, Sarah, it's great to see you again
Oh,
after
and
such a long
and
time.
you.
And thank you for a brilliant hobby. I'm going to be getting cracking on with a few more over the weekend, I'm sure. If you want yours, remember it's the multi-buy where it saves you the most money. Have you got volume 6 on the way?
Of course.
Of course. Watch this space for the next show then. You're back in probably about a month or so?
Yeah, it takes me a while to do it, but yeah, I'll be back in about a month.
Brilliant. And if you've missed the show, you can always watch it back, of course, on the website or watch out for the repeat a bit later too. But remember, Volume 5 has gone individually, but you can get the bundle of all 5 volumes. Thanks, Sarah. Good to see you.
And you.
Take care.